We are in Lunenburg, and how sweet is this storefront? Well, it's in the sign for sure. That's Kate's Sweet Indulgent. Your cafe and your catering. Your catering and your cafe. However you say it, it's delicious. And ladies and gentlemen, Kate of Kate's Sweet Indulgent Kate Cox. And we're in your kitchen.
Yes, you are. You're in my kitchen.
Thank you for
Did I ever have to clean before you got here?
Well, I tell you. God bless you for not making me wear a hairnet, too, by the way.
Yes, because technically, you know, you should be tied up. You should be tied down.
I know. Well, and there you have it.
We won't worry about this.
Kate, first of all, we've caught her at a very busy time. You're probably never quiet here, though, are you?
Oh well, there are moments, yes, in January. But yes, we're right in front of Valentine's Day, so yeah, we're chocolate up the wazoo here.
Well, and there you have it. Okay, and February is all about love, and I love chocolate.
Yes.
And you're going to teach me. You think you can impart some wisdom as far as decorating to this girl?
It's incredibly easy. And
true?
Well, it is. It's really, it's like anything else.
Yeah.
How good were you at riding the bicycle the first time you got on? Not that great, right?
Still not great.
No, it's okay. It's just practice. That's all it is. And the most important thing is don't be afraid.
Okay.
And so what if it messes up? It's still going to taste good, even if it doesn't look that fantastic,
Amen.
right?
Amen. All right.
It's the most important thing. Just use really good ingredients.
Yes. What are we looking at?
This is a chocolate, we call a chocolate ganache cake.
Okay.
And we have a dark chocolate cake. You know those girls on your website, the Innis girls that made that Guinness chocolate? Well, you make that cake in a heart shape, and it'll be absolutely perfect. What I did is, and we baked them like this.
Okay.
Okay.
And you've got a little,
and little heart-shaped pads, so it makes life really simple.
Yes.
Trust me, I wasn't cutting them out.
Okay.
And then I cut them in half, and we put a raspberry buttercream filling on the inside of them, in between them. So you got chocolate with raspberry buttercream in between.
And all you did was just slice it through.
Exactly, just slice it in half and put them. And you know, if you can't make icing, I understand they sell it in cans in the store. So there you are.
Their biggest customer.
And you know, there isn't any reason why you couldn't do this with a cake mix. My mother used to make Duncan Hines Devil's Food Cake when I was a little girl.
When did you start baking?
Well, when I was a child, really.
So you love it?
Yeah, I did. I always have. Always really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's everybody has their own creative outlet.
Yes.
This just happens to be mine.
Nice.
You know? And then all we do, it's really simple. We're going to pour chocolate ganache over the top of it.
Okay.
And chocolate ganache is chocolate and cream and butter. I mean, how can you go wrong? It's fat mixed with fat. It's perfect. You know, it's absolutely fabulous.
You had me at chocolate.
Yes, I figured I probably did.
So
the easiest way to do that is get yourself a tray and get yourself a cooling rack. Okay. And now mine happens to be large.
This is super fancy,
this is super
but you
large.
could do with any kind of cookie rack.
Anything. Okay. And the reason you want the pan down below is because we're going to put the cake on the pan, and then we're going to pour the chocolate ganache over top of it, and it'll drain down, and then you can scrape off the leftover and use it for something else. Nice. You don't have to throw it away.
Okay.
Or you can lick it, whatever you'd like to do.
She knows me.
So here's the chocolate ganache, but what we have to do is we have to put this in the microwave for a few minutes.
Okay.
Because we want it to get it to the consistency. It hardens up at room temperature.
Okay.
We wanted to get it to the consistency where we can pour it. Okay. Right now you could spread it, which would be great, or you could pipe it in a piping bag, but we want to be able to pour it. Okay. So we're going to put it in the microwave.
Did you make that a long time ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can store it in the refrigerator. It'll store in the refrigerator for days.
Oh, great.
Days and days. People don't know this. You can burn chocolate. And it affects the consistency and the flavor.
I always double boil it.
Yes.
Okay. And
yeah, that's perfect. Indirect heat. That's the most important thing.
Okay.
Never put it directly on the stove or use the microwave. But if you use the microwave, short periods of time. Okay. Low temperature, short periods of time, and stir.
Right.
Okay? And remember the factor of residual heat. People don't realize that. Like, you can come out of the microwave and it won't look like it's completely melted. Don't put it back in again. Just stand there and stir like crazy, and there's enough heat in it that it'll probably melt.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to show you how to start, but then you're actually going to take over. And all you're going to do is you're going to take this and you're just going to pour it over the cake. Like that, okay? Until you get lots of it on there and it starts to run down over the sides. All right? There you go.
Should there be a big drop sheet or something here? Or?
No, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Anything that falls on you, it's yours, okay?
And is there a certain height?
That's right. No.
Oh!
Just keep spreading it. That's it. Get it around over the edges.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to be...
No, don't worry about being neat and tidy.
Oh, no, because we can reuse the chocolate.
We can reuse it, that's right.
Well, already that looks fantastic.
All right, now this is your next most favorite friend.
Is that enough?
That'll be lovely.
Right? Okay.
Your next most favorite friend is the offset spatula. And you're just going to have a little look around the outside, and if it doesn't look like no, you're going to push it from the top. So that the rest of it kind of floods, and you know that you've seen.
Because you want to cover your seam.
You want to cover it all over, that's right. So it's all enrobed.
That's beautiful.
As it were, okay? There you are. Here.
Already I would pay $1 million for that.
You can make it, and then make one more adjustment over there. We're a little
I can't really see, but I'm going to take your word for it.
Yeah, beautiful.
Okay.
Now, and then you say, how do we get it smooth on top?
Can I just say, because you cut off your top part, right, to make it even?
That's right.
Because I was going to say we have the bottom, but we actually didn't. That was just a cut part of the top.
We cut it off, and then you turn it over. You see, then you end up with a perfectly flat surface. Okay.
Okay.
There you are. A lot of people say, how do people? And then we're just going to do that, and then we'll let it set up. And it'll take a couple of hours or so for that to firm up enough.
When you say I'm refrigerating,
you can, or you can leave it out at room temperature.
Okay.
Whatever you would like to do.
All right.
And then all I did was just slide. I slide it onto these little foil boards because, of course, I'm hoping that people are going to come into the shop and
buy them. Which they do by the drum.
Right.
Your place is hopping out there.
Well, you're here at lunchtime, okay? So that also helps. And then we just finish it off with a little icing that we piped around the outside edge. And then you want to finish it all off by topping it off with a chocolate dipped strawberry, right? Now, if I know what you're like, you'd probably like to eat one of these right now, wouldn't you?
I do, but I need a vat of champagne to go with it. Is that wrong? No, I love these.
No, it's
now,
not.
and what are you using as your chocolate? Because I've heard all kinds of different, and I don't ever have great luck with it.
Well, we purchase commercially a coating chocolate, and you can actually buy those in the bulk stores as well too. And what happens? And ours are this is all imported chocolate that we use here. It's all from either France or Belgium, and it sets up at room temperature.
Now, granted, if you're in the Lunenburg area, it's so simple to just come in and get one. But I could do that at home, no matter where I live in the world.
Yeah,
so I like
sure
that.
could.
All right, very good. Now,
do you want to learn how to make one of these?
Well, and I'm just going to tell everybody, because when we were off camera, Kate says, I'm going to show you how to make this cookie. And then I laughed hysterically, and she said it's easy.
It is really simple.
Is that true?
As long as you're patient and you've got some time. We just start off with a basic shortbread cookie, or you can use a sugar cookie, whatever you'd like. Okay. And we cut them out in a heart shape. Okay. You bake them off, and then we take some royal icing. And there's lots of recipes for royal icing, and if you don't want to make your own, you can buy what's referred to as meringue powder, and you mix it up according to the directions on the package. Because some people, royal icing is made with egg whites, and some people don't like to use raw eggs. And the first step that you do, it's okay, don't worry about it. It's okay, I'll make you fix that. The first thing that you do is you take your royal icing and you pipe a bead around the outside of it and let it dry.
Okay.
All right. And then you're going to, what we refer to as, then you're going to flood the inside of it with icing.
See, that's where, honestly, flooding, I don't get it.
Okay, well, all it is you just pipe runny icing into the center.
Right.
And it all floods.
See, I can never get it to be that floody.
Well, here's your trick. When it's in you have mixed it up in your bowl.
Right.
Run a knife through the center of it, just like a butter knife, something like that. And if it takes between 5 and 10 seconds for that line to disappear, you probably got about the right consistency to flood. Okay. And if it doesn't, if it's too stiff, add a little more water.
Okay.
Okay. And if it's too runny, if it's disappearing faster than that, add a little more icing sugar.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good tip.
And once again, don't expect perfection right off the bat. There you go.
Ooh.
And it's the same thing. The more you practice, the more you practice, the better you get.
So what I was doing was flooding it. Oh boy!
Don't worry about that.
To gargantuan proportions, and it was just running off the cookie. Yeah. But you really need to, because okay.
Don't worry about that. I'll show you why. Just keep going. You're doing a great job.
Would you have this done by now? You would, wouldn't you?
Don't be foolish.
Seriously. How many of these
I might have had it done by now.
a year, would you say? Like at Valentine's Day, like 1 million?
No. This is Lunenburg, Nova Scotia, remember, not New York City. No.
These look like good cookies.
Well, hundreds probably. Not necessarily these big ones like this, but little
ones.
Let
me ask you this, because being a baker, you've got to be... Are you an early riser? What are you doing? What's your work schedule like here?
Well, remember, I don't do all of this alone. Huh?
You've got a great team.
I've got a terrific group of people that work with me. They're really wonderful. And I'm pretty flexible with the bakers as to when they actually start work. Some of them are really early risers. They like to come in at 4. That's not me.
Wow.
And some of them start
Those
at 6.
are crazy people you have.
That's right. And some of them start like 6.
Okay.
Okay, now I want you to stop.
Oh, look, that filled in. I was going to go back and get that, fella.
See, this is what I wanted to show you, is that you really don't need to worry about that, because that's why it's called a flood work. And if you jiggle it around a little bit.
Oh, that's great.
Now look, you see what you did?
That's beautiful.
Aren't you proud of yourself?
That's like a $10 cookie I've just made there now. I like that. Okay.
Geez, the prices are going up around here the longer you stay,
That's
Stephanie.
That's just me, because I'll never be able to do it again.
I like this. Okay, now let's talk about the flowers.
That's pretty.
Okay, now the flowers, for anybody that wants to make this, I mean, they certainly can. And you make them, and what we do is we make them up ahead of time, and you make them up the night before. because you want, and they're made out of royal icing, and you just pipe them out of a bag with a tip on the end of it, just like
the star tip.
like the star tip that we just showed you. You just pipe them, and you let them all sit over here overnight until they dry off, and now they're nice and firm, and so now we've got something to work with. So it's really easy.
The glue is the
royal icing.
Okay.
So we're going to make another red cookie here.
Okay. And this, now, how long did that take between the flooding and this?
Well, I actually did this flooding before you got here, so it a little over an hour,
okay,
probably for it to kind of set up like that.
Okay.
The flowers, I'd recommend that you leave them overnight.
Okay.
And then you see, here's the other thing too. Now you don't have anything that's arduous. Bake the cookies one day. Make the flowers the same day. Let them cool overnight, and the next day decorate off the cookie.
Right.
Then you're not going, oh frig! All I've been doing is working on these darn cookies all
Right.
day long, right? So what we're going to do is we have to apply some.
Week, depending on the chef. Okay, go ahead.
All we have to do now is apply some glue so that these will stick. And
Right.
royal icing is fabulous because it works like a perfect glue. So we're just going to run
the same color, so you'll never
yeah,
see it.
that's right. We're just going to run a bead of that around the outside edge of the cookie here.
This is
And
a
you
gift
never have
in
to-
and of itself.
You never
okay?
have to worry about making mistakes because you're going to hide it all. Look how fabulous this is. If it's a little crooked, if it's not that even, it's not, there you are. And now you just place your, this is how simple it is. Now you just, here, you go for it.
I love that. Well, this part I can do.
Alternate your colors,
And
you know, so you get
okay.
some variation in there, and that's
All right.
right.
Now, I like this. I could
Yeah.
be your flower applique girl.
Well, there you are. See?
Oh, Kate, this is great. Thank you very much. And now you're open all year round, which
That's
is
right.
fantastic in Lunenburg, Nova
That's
Scotia.
right.
So if
7 days a week.
7 days a week, you'll see this gorgeous face,
52.
bacon, run out there and go, hey, I know her.
52 weeks of the year.
This is fantastic. And you do catering too, which is kind of nice.
Yes, we do.
Okay, I love that. And I love that we got to meet you today and I got to learn something, which is that I can make cookies and apply ganache. Please, no wagering.
Yes.
Hey, Kate,
Yeah.
thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure.